back or wherever you run it. I don't even give a shit.
Backlog network.
Backlog
For all the
network.
networks in the backlog.
Oh, let me turn
I
off
just
the
made
mic.
that shit up.
It's late, squires. UFC is finished. Your friends have all gone home? When the gloves come off, the real fights begin. Sleep deprived, drunk or high, all are welcome to Fights of the Round Table.
Can't find one to save my life.
Oh, we are live. Corny enough. I thought I've thought about making them a few times. Is it corny because it's Fights of the Round Table if we went with dragons?
No, I'll take it. I'll take it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
That's always what I tend to lean toward. There's a bunch of cool dragon shit or long dragons.
Hey, I mean, I'm with you on the dragon.
Nice.
Oh, perfect.
He's so cool.
Oh,
That is very cool.
Dragon Ball Z.
Those Dragon Balls really get me.
What about
That's
if
right.
on your arm, buddy, you just had a set of balls?
I can't even. I've
I
never
Gold
can't
had
see
balls.
it. Turn your arm.
You're like, here's my gold balls. You're
What
like,
is it?
balls. You
Is
see
it a
him?
mixed drink?
yeah, see them big old balls?
you're like, this is this is mine and Ricky's best friend tattoo. He has a dragon and I have balls.
Oh,
Somebody has a Z. There's 3 of you.
There we go.
How are you guys? Sorry, somebody introduced the show legitly for real.
It's all right. We're good.
Hell yeah.
welcome back to
shit,
Knights
that's
of the
me.
Round Table. Are we going in live and hot here
Yes.
on the show?
I
Let's
know.
do
We're
it.
on the Twitch.
I believe we're live everywhere.
Yeah, we are live.
So, hell of a fight night 10 in Vegas, 12 cards. We had short notice replacements. We had all sorts of crazy interactions at the weigh-ins. What did you guys take away from this entire fight night? The ladies, the first African-American woman headlining a card, which just seems false. It seems like fake news to me. I'm like, there's so many other Darren Dami. I guess she's Dutch. Liz Carmouche on the first fight card ever. I'm just saying, half black.
Carmouche.
Half black.
No.
Yeah,
way.
half black, half Mexican.
No
Who would
way.
know? Who else would know on this?
She looks about as white as Chaney. I don't even want to hear that.
Oh, what?
That sounds
Yeah.
like because
She
all
ain't-
lesbians
she don't
look
look like
alike. That sounds like all
That's
lesbians look
what I
alike. That sounds like
I know
some
she
rainbow
look like
flag bullshit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of rainbow flagish.
So crazy fight night though.
How'd you guys do
Tons
overall?
of other.
I think I did shit.
I missed 2. I know that. Like, I
went-
whiffed them.
7 of 12.
7 of 12. That's not bad. What you do in the main
A little
card?
over 50. Not good.
I
I
went
think
10
I
of
only
12.
ended up getting
Good for me.
2 on the main card, 1 on the main card, 2 on the main card. Nice. Yeah, Chaney killed it. Everywhere I saw, verdict everywhere. Chaney was murdering it as far as
I went
I was
10
seeing.
of 12
The-
of the whole night.
Damn.
And I only
Yep.
missed 1 on the main card. And I got
Yeah.
on the main card, with the exception of the worthy shit the bed, on my, at least on my Tapology, I got perfect except for the worthy. Worthy shit the bed and cost me a perfect fucking main card.
Ed Herman should have lost.
Come on
Sure.
now. That's
No,
not his fault. That's not
I'm
his
gonna
fault.
say fuck. I'm gonna say it right now. Fuck Chris.
You know what I call
Ione.
that?
He's missed
Ring
like
IQ.
5 in a row. Huh?
That's ring IQ.
And being a crafty vet.
that's vet shit. That's
Yep.
absolutely vet shit. Hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Towel grabbing, Daniel Cormier approved. I mean, that's what happens when you had 30 fights in the UFC. You know how to fucking milk it. It sucks, but it's on the ref. Ultimately, it's on the ref.
But
I-
Mike Rodriguez did not fucking go up. Like, after the fight was done and said, and they raised his hand, if I was Mike Rodriguez, I'd have been like, you know what? You fucked me, ref. You
Yeah,
fucked me. I would
absolutely.
have went off. I wouldn't even cared. I've been like showing the whole fucking TV that shit.
It
Right.
looked like the ref knew. like he watched the replay live in the stadium too, and he was like, gosh darn it, but the ref can't grind on replay at all, so he has to give him the
Right.
5 minutes. So it even looked like he was looking at Herman like, you motherfucker, hurry up with this act. Let's finish
Yeah.
this bullshit up.
Yeah, but you can't slip up on a call like that, and then when you get in the clinch and he's trying to throw elbows to him and he's obviously defending him and he's like, show me something, I'm gonna stop it, show me something. I'm like, come on. This ref is just slipping all kinds of ways. And it's not the first time. This is just the worst, but it's not the first time that this has happened. Chris Tione needs to go back through training or something, because he is turning into Mario Yamasaki again. We don't need that.
Got a little of that
But,
Yamasaki.
But how did the first fight go? Because I missed that Sabina Mazo and Justine Kish. I missed that fight.
It was actually a pretty entertaining card. We usually at Lappy stay away from these first ones, and I had Kish on the show, change it to Mazo last second, and it was 2-0 against Mazo in that third round. That left high kick kept landing on Kish. Finally, she ended up landing a kick that hurt her in the third round, and Mazo got the rear naked choke submission, but she was on the way to losing that being such a big favorite. Really don't like what I see moving forward for Mazo. Kish, she's still got some pies to shit in as far as it comes in the UFC. That she's
From the highlight that I saw, it looked like Mazo was setting up that kick constantly. Like it was like I seen like 2 or 3 of the same combos. So it's like left right kick, and it didn't look like Kish had an answer for it. And then she finally got caught.
that was exactly it. It was more Kish didn't answer it, kept
Okay.
landing it almost 3 times in a row, I think, in the first round, and Kish just ate it, kept moving forward until the end.
Think
What'd
Kish
you
is-
take from it, buddy? Or sorry, Chaney.
Oh, I just think Kish is totally plateaued. She is kind of that Tim Mean style gatekeeper for the division where people can't sleep
Son of a
on her. They're
bitch.
going to have to be well rounded to get past her. I mean it in all the respectful ways. If you listen to our show, I went with Kish. I changed last minute to Mazo. I went with Kish the whole time. I said everybody's sleeping on Kish right now. The line's wrong. We talked about it for probably way longer than we should have. And then I ended up switching to Mazo last minute, and I think Mazo's advantage here is just age. She's just younger, but she got past Justine Kish, and when other people look at it like, oh, that whatever, it was just Justine Kish, I won't ever look at it that way. That means more to me than any other victory that she's gotten so far. So
Okay. All right, buddy, what you take away from this?
I missed this fight. I had my own fight card I was still doing, but I'm not upset I missed it.
Okay. All right, we got Brian Barberini and Anthony Ivy. Eddie, what happened here, E?
Barberina laid it on thick, a lot of pressure forward from coming off his back injury. Ivy looked gassed after that first round. Really thought Barberina could have finished it a few times, but Ivy kind of did the whole like wobbly leg, and then he throw off a 3-punch combination that would stun Barberina a bit. It's a fight of the night contender potentially because there were so many strikes thrown both ways, but the fact that Barberina got in such a close fight with such a low-level fighter, I don't really like what I saw from either guy in there. I still don't like what I'm seeing from Ivy. No gas tank. Pretty much any he has to grind. Doesn't look like he has power in there. And Barberina, I think we've seen kind of like his best fights. He's kind of finding to the ability of his opponent and not good.
Right. Buddy, what you think of this fight? Did you see it?
Nope, I didn't see it. I was still doing my Valhalla MMA.
Okay. So,
Nice.
Sorry.
so what
How
I
did
thought
that
about
go?
this fight was like,
did you
yeah,
win?
how did that go?
For
I did not.
everyone that doesn't know, Buddy does UFC 4 on Twitch, and there's a whole bunch of people involved, and it's kind of like a tiered fight where they have to fight multiple times in a day, which is inhumane. And they work their way down to a champion. So it's like a whole thing on Twitch. It's pretty fun. Check it out. MMA Marks. And it's Valhalla MMA, but what's the whole organization? Cage Rage?
No, Cage Rage is not associated. We do not associate with Cage Rage.
Oh, sorry. I messed my plug up right at the end. Take over.
It's all good. No, it's all good. I just want to say that Ricky came and performed in the promotion today and did worse.
Co-main event, baby.
He did worse than Worthy.
I tried to run, and the guy, I ran away from the guy, and he ran and meet me.
No, you ran at the hooks. He got beat by Jay Jeezer.
Yeah, it was bad.
Y'all know Jay Jeezer.
It was
Oh
bad.
yeah,
Everyone's always
killer
picking
on
on
the
Sweet
sticks, from
Jay.
what I know. Killer on the sticks.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. But yeah,
I'm a little. I'll be honest. I'm a little hurt that I didn't get to talk. I didn't get to talk at all during the fight, which I thought was gonna be one of my secret weapons to talk shit as I fight. But he turned his mic off, turned the mute off. He couldn't hear me, and I couldn't hear him. So it was like he just silenced me and just beat me, and I didn't get a chance to say not one word to the guy. I was like, damn, I can't even talk shit. Can't
That's
even
too
talk
funny. Too funny. You got to always be prepared for the unexpected.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
all right.
I don't even think you talking shit would have helped you, bro. I'm sorry. Look,
You
my
can't
buddy.
even give me that. You can't even give me that.
Let me tell you this. I let him in the card just for fun, right? My buddy that was commentating with me just so happened to not really realize how new Ricky was to the game. He's like, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Ricky's shit. And then he gets knocked out like right afterwards. Like he wasn't even blocking. Like no blocks.
So
I
this
can't
is
always
PS4.
remember to block either. If I'm trying to think of it, it's too much still. Like I cannot remember to block all the time. But
Ricky sees a right hook coming. He goes, lunges into it. And then he's surprised he got knocked out. I'm like, what the hell? They fought in the Kumite too. It was pretty fun.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
Look, I spent like an hour trying to practice like head movement and moving. Like I'm gonna surprise this guy with head movement. Didn't work. Didn't work at all.
Look,
It was sad.
it was funny. He tried to scare Jay Jeezer before the fight. He came and talked shit, and then it didn't work, you know. But yeah, catch us next Saturday, 2 p.m. Eastern time. That's the next fight card. It's always fun times.
And those run a couple hours?
It ran. So the first week ran 2.5 hours. This week, or 2 hours or something. This week ran 4 hours at least.
Yeah. Buddy told me, "Oh, you'll fight around 3 o'clock." I didn't fight till like 5.
Well, we
That's
had
like any wrestling tournament.
Yeah.
we had
That's what it felt like.
This is how today went. Since we're talking about it, I know y'all want to talk about the real UFC, but this is how today went with that shit.
I think we can talk about both.
It went like this. The European, because we do European card and North American card. That's how my league works. The European, it's all about ping, so they can fight lower ping and have better fights. A lot of European guys weren't showing up or weren't signing up. So then it ended up turning into a little mini tournament for who's going to fight for the championship next week. And that was crazy. We had guys fighting multiple times, and it was all fun. And then the North American card, it was like, that was a never-ending card, bro. I mean, but that's majority of people that fight are in North America.
Where the big stars are born.
Yeah, and we had people. The main event, we couldn't get a hold of the main event guy. It was just mysteriously was gone. So then we had a different main event. Then all of a sudden, we got him. We got a hold of him. So then we had him fight. It was just. We just rolled with all the punches, and it was fucking wild. It was a wild thing. If you guys have time, check out the video.
I'll have to check it out. What does the winner get?
Fucking pride.
Clout. For now,
You know,
it'll get
nice.
bigger.
Oh shit! Did I fucking lag? I lagged.
A little bit, yeah. It's okay.
It's all right. It happens to all of us.
I didn't hear anything.
And here,
No, I'm
right
saying the winner just gets pride or whatever.
in Florida, we
That's
have
cool.
windmill run internet.
You have windmill run? Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, it's like the worst. Or at least for me, like E and I are on totally different whole systems. And I feel like the internet goes out when the wind blows, when it rains. I'm like, what's up with this? I don't know.
Yeah.
And he has a whole different gig, a whole different company.
What's this? What's this?
It's hopefully sending magic to the internet energies to work and not fall off stream. So when Buddy's like, did I lag? I'm like, oh shit, it must be me.
Oh man. So Anthony Ivy and Barberina, if we can go back to that. Like Anthony Ivy, you can't have a defense of just covering up and then laying and praying. That's my defense for UFC 4. You can't do that. You're gonna get hurt that way. And then he gassed out. So Barberina looked like a champ in there compared to him. I don't know. I didn't like it. I had more hope for Anthony Ivy.
I still
'Cause I
love
think
Barberina going forward, but I love Barberina now. I think every single time Barberina goes in as an underdog, every single time everyone sleeps on him, and I always make money off Brian Barberina.
He just does not excite at all for me. Not even a little bit. So what we have next, Z?
We got Jalen Turner coming in short notice, replacing who'd he replace?
Farola, right?
No,
He didn't. Or Camacho, Frank Camacho.
Oh, that's right, Camacho. Oh.
Camacho fell out because of weight potential issues. He was trying to cut down to 55. But this ended up being the Tarantula coming in on like 2 days' notice, easily handedly winning the striking in the first round, second round, putting Weaver down on the ground and walking away from it. A lot of refs would have said standing TKO. Herb Dean's like, no, you got to kill him, and made Weaver stand up. Weaver got hurt again, jumped on the rear naked choke, ended up getting it. I mean, Weaver just took a beating. I haven't been high on Weaver since he came in from the Contender Series, which was a decision win. Think it was all just kind of a gimmick that hasn't panned out. I think Weaver should be 0-3 in the UFC. He got one win because of the disqualification, so he might get one more, and I'll probably bet against him again and win some more money.
Yep, Weaver's bottom of the barrel at this point. He needs to go back to the amateurs or do something better or to
Bare knuckle. They're taking every UFC fighter, paying him a whole lot more money. He's perfect for bare knuckle. He was already fighting bare knuckle.
Right. Go ahead.
You're right.
Exactly.
Bare knuckle's perfect for him. He's kind of more of a gimmick or like good for a regional dude. I think he could be exciting if he could get in there with lesser level dudes for his style, but it's just not UFC caliber or a totally different gym. But even if totally different gym, lesser competition for a while before he comes back to the UFC.
I think he just went to the American Top Team finally for this camp. But it was also a different opponent.
Yeah. Yeah, way different opponent, actually, I feel.
Yeah, a big difference between Camacho. Camacho, big power striker, good on the ground, but really just like stand and bang. Turner's much craftier.
But
with a bigger favorite.
Any different result? Would the result have been any different?
I do think that Weaver had a much better shot at winning a decision against Camacho. Camacho is a less potent finisher.
Okay.
That's my point of view, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that it was obvious Jalen Turner could whip his ass.
Oh yeah.
and he did. He whipped that boy's ass. And then at one point I was like, oh, he's just gonna just let him stand up. Like this is like a cocky motherfucker playing the game for real.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, get up. I want
When he hit him,
finish.
when he hit him and knocked him down like that, he was walking back and forth. He's like, he's out. He's out.
Yep.
He's out.
Yep. And he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna get that clean finish, I guess.
Right.
It was fucking.
Hey,
Jalen
good
Turner
up to,
looked good, man.
I loved
Yeah.
it. He was worth like 130 something points on my DraftKings cards.
Yeah,
awesome.
Hell yeah.
he definitely came in hot. But I got to say, the performance of the guy I was waiting for most, even though he got put on the card, a late replacement. So we had already talked about it on our show, but the card wasn't even there. But a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, I was talking about Alexander Romanov against Lima and saying this is going to be a heavyweight to watch out for, just like Chimaev, just like these other guys. Like he just comes in
How do you
with a
guys feel
big
about
wrestling game.
live burps or farts on air?
What?
I really felt like just then, like I could have fucking burped so great, but I was like, oh, the first thing that went through me was you should be ladylike, and then I was like, fuck that, and then it was like you shouldn't do that while somebody's talking, and then I kind of was like, fuck that, and then I was like, let me ask the people in the room for next time.
Let it fucking rip.
Yeah, let it go.
All right.
Nobody's
Do it.
Okay, go on.
It could be fun.
So now we're waiting for it. I want to hear a good one.
All right.
Give me a flapper.
That's for you guys as well. The same freedom. Like if you fucking are gonna stand up and fart in your mic.
You know what? I can't fart in my mic. It will
No,
ruin it.
you'll shit on it. Nobody wants that. Like come back dripping and shit. That's not good. And it's that close to your face. You don't want that.
To get back to Romanoff or whatever, I thought his fucking ground and pound was kind of interesting and a little bit off. Something about it I just didn't like.
Bisping is an idiot and kept being like, he's getting off of the side and getting on the belly. That doesn't make any sense. It's like, have you ever heard of knee control? Like knee on belly that's worth points in jiu-jitsu because it's so dominating? Like,
Right.
it was just, Bisping was showing his ass as far as the grappling. He was putting his knee there so he could land better ground and pound.
Yeah, I just
Hey,
he
did
felt
anybody
like he
see
was
that?
trying to Donkey Kong him.
Yeah, he was. But
King
when
Kong,
you when you pick that big dude up over your head and throw him across the ring, I mean,
5 points, baby.
Oh, dude, I was screaming. I was like, "Whoa, shit!"
and you
fucking
just see all the
perfection.
ripples of all that meat just flying in the air. Oh, God.
Them titties look nice, and the
Technically sound. Absolutely technically sound. Go watch the replay. It is such a beautiful throw, but that's what Romanov can do at heavyweight. So that's where he's going to come in as a really big favorite moving forward. But I do think once he gets those higher level wrestlers, the Stipes and such, a lot of those big moves aren't going to be there. And then it's a really different fight for Romanov. But as far as outside of these top 15 guys, Romanov's going to be able to eat a lot of these guys alive.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And then them Donkey or King Kong punches that he does where he's just smashing people. I mean, that's not going to work with a lot of those upper level guys.
Exactly.
it didn't even work with this guy. Really,
Martinez, yeah.
his arm was like blocking all of it. Like, and I'm like, the
You're
fuck,
just gassing out.
yeah. Like,
That's
and
what I was
felt like
thinking too.
if he just slowed down and picked his shots and just threw a little bit more, I don't know, like I just felt like he was just fucking throwing the throw. That's what I was like. This guy's kind of goofy.
He's excited in there.
Yeah,
For
and
sure.
then naming his coach when he won. I mean,
Beautiful.
yeah, it was
Good
a
little suplex there. Definitely knows what he's doing with the
It
Greco-Roman.
probably sounded like water when that other dude hit the ground. Like so much flesh, just like Free Willy. Like when Free Willy jumped over that kid. Like
Yeah. Like how can you come into a professional fight and look like that? Like,
Hey, Ricky, if they asked you to fight next week in the UFC, what would you say?
no.
I wouldn't.
Oh, you're
a
fucking
second.
crazy. In a heartbeat.
I wouldn't a second.
Anybody. In a heartbeat. Okay.
You're underestimating his self-consciousness.
If they told
I would get in there. All right, man. Who cares?
He's like,
Who
"I'm
cares if you?
somewhere."
At least you got in there.
you know
At
what,
least you
speaking of
got in
self,
there. Hey, and you're swinging as hard as you can for 2 punches. Whoop, right to sleep. It won't even hurt. You'll be like Ben Askren. You'll be like, I didn't even feel it. I didn't even feel that knee.
if they were like Chaney,
Yeah.
you can fight Amanda Nunes, it'll be for a 10-10 one fight contract. So I can just be like Amanda Nunes for 10 grand in my head. An hour before the fight, I'm sitting on the stool and I look nauseous. If you came up to me and you were like, "What, are you okay? What's going through your head right now?" I'd be like, "I cannot believe all these people are about to see me in this tight of an outfit."
Right? I would not.
I wouldn't even give a
No.
shit about the Amanda Nunes fight. I would just be like, I would take off my robe and then I would ask my wife, "Do I look fat in this?" Like, I wouldn't even give, like, Amanda Nunes fight would be secondary to my self-consciousness in the skin tight suit, because I would have to wear the skin tight one, because that's obviously the way I would fight best as the grappler I see myself.
The singlet. I like it.
She's got this whole fantasy that she's got played out. She has her own suit, her own walkout music, everything.
I know, and when Joe Rogan comes up and he's like, "Hey, so what do you want to say about your victory?" I just am like, burp.
Oh, Ricky finally can read, by the way.
I'm not paying attention to that right now, okay?
For a DraftKings thing, since you guys twitched a little, I just have to talk about a card that went swimming. I got 72nd in a tournament on DraftKings.
Wow.
They have this thing
What does
called
that mean?
I got in this tournament, I doubled my money, which is pretty decent because it's like maybe 1,600 people in the tournament, and I got 72nd, so that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. That's really good.
They have this new style on DraftKings called Captain's Tournament. So you get to pick one fighter to get a 1.5, but it's all priced out. So the guy who's guesstimated to get the most amount of points is cost the most, and it goes down from there. I picked Ed Herman to be my captain in this, so he got 124.5 points. I also, on this card, have Quarantillo, he got 104. Waterson got 105. Modafferi got 89. Bobby Green got 95.5. Stupid Robertson got 1 point. Something E always says on our podcast to people that DraftKings: leave money on the table. Don't go back and change your card just because you're like, "Oh shit, I have $1,000 left. I should pick a more favorited fighter." That's exactly what I did with Roberts here. I had no intention of putting him on a card, but he was one of the more expensive fighters of the night. So that would be a little weird thing that for you guys, if you ever DraftKings, to put in your head. And you can do it for a quarter, like for real. And if you do DraftKings, hit one of us up so we can give you some sort of code, because I'm sure it's like worth like $5 DraftKings bucks or some shit.
Hell yeah. I've never played any DraftKings or anything because I don't understand the points. But, if I do it, I'll give you guys
Super easy.
Yeah.
They got to learn how tab on the DraftKings page.
Awesome.
I don't understand the points.
And that isn't a plug, but
Pay for your fighters. I don't get that.
you guys do have a plug. Don't you have something that makes your balls cool?
Look at this. Look at it. There it is. The Hero Soap Company.
What?
Make your balls tingle.
It'll get your balls tingly.
That's right.
It's peppermint cool mint. That one is. They have all different ones. That not all of them make your balls tingle if you're not into that, but I am. I love it.
I'm very serious when you said that.
Dude, honestly, it makes me cool the whole day. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even fucking kidding.
And how people support local and small batch beer and shit like that, you should support small batch soap companies.
That's right. And it's veteran owned, and
Handmade.
they support all the military people.
That's awesome. And they
Very, very cool.
They don't plug Fights of the Round Table, but they back MMA Marks and Buddy Stream and all that stuff. and we back them.
Yeah, so go to herosoapcompany.com/discount/MMA marks for 10% off your entire order.
Hell yeah.
Making
Yeah.
balls tingle.
Right off the top of his head, too. It didn't mess up at all.
So another thing that made my balls tingle, kind of made him want to run back up inside my body, was Roosevelt Roberts coming in and getting demolished in a submission. First 30 seconds, Kroom hits him with a left hand, drops him. Then he goes for the Roosevelt Roberts high elbow guillotine. I mean, Roberts has finished, 4 or 5 guys with that same guillotine?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, yo, that's his shit.
Yeah, that's absolutely what he does. So good for him. Kroom coming in, short notice replacement. And he came in stepping in for Favola.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I had Frivola in that shit too.
I had Favola too.
So did I.
I did too.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
I don't know what was better, Roberts' reaction to the loss or Kroom's reaction to the win. Did you see both? It was very, very weird. Like, Kroom was looking at him like, did that just happen? I just did that? Really? I just did it? Oh my God. And Roberts is like, what? What? That's not supposed to happen. Like, why? 30 seconds?
What happened for me with Roosevelt Roberts is there was like Zabit, and there was I know there was 14 other guys that were all this like tall 145 pounder that came in the division, and I put Roosevelt Roberts in that tall, linky, weird fighting guy. And he's kind of shit the bed the whole time, and I'm totally off the Roosevelt. It's not just this loss. I like the kid that won, but Roosevelt Roberts, I'm like, dude, if you can't fight in your own backyard, where are you good?
Yeah, well, I always said that he reminds me of Snoop Dogg, the way he if you ever see Snoop Dogg do some like training video or not training, but like he be hitting the bags, he's like stiff backed and shit like him. You know what I mean? So I ain't never really been huge on Roosevelt Roberts, but I do like him because he would make it work. I felt like
Right.
But he had an awkward style that.
Did you see the other dude who beat him with his little fucking afterward?
What the hell was?
It was one of those
What was
combs you
it?
get from the flea market. That's a butterfly knife, but it's not a butterfly knife. It's a comb. And so he was like,
Oh,
whoo, whoo, and then he'd comb his hair. And then and comb
That's
his hair.
awesome. I didn't see that.
I seen that.
It made me like,
I feel like it was.
What'd
when
you
I-
think, buddy?
When I seen it, I thought it was like a purple flag, and then I'm like,
Hold on. You didn't see it, Ricky?
I seen the end of it. Like when he was waving it, I was like, what the hell is that? Is that like a purple flag or something? And
You
then,
know- You know how many butterfly knives this man has owned?
oh yeah, I got a lot of them.
Me too. That's why I knew exactly what it was. I would go to the flea market with my brother, and if my mom gave us like a couple bucks from chores and she was like doing whatever at a booth, we'd be like buying a Chinese star and a butterfly knife that was a comb.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but his shit was the real. You used to bust my knuckles on them bitches.
You don't use the blade side.
Well, I was young and trying to get good with it.
That's right. It's true.
You let your younger cousin play with knives when you was a kid.
That's cool, uncle or cousin.
Thank you.
He might as well be his uncle. He's so goddamn old.
Oh, fuck you.
I always felt like you were like an uncle to me. You've had gray hair since I've known you.
Jesus.
That's a lie.
You make me want to cut my hair, motherfucker.
I'm just fucking with you. It looks a lot better recently. I thought you dyed it.
If you don't come with your hair dye, he calls you out if you come with the hair dye, he calls you out. If you come with the gray, he calls you out.
Right.
Hey, don't worry, I ain't got fucking hair. Look.
I know, right?
Yeah, I mean,
They say guys who have male pattern baldness have more testosterone.
He does compete a lot more than me.
Yeah.
Whatever.
But he's
Yeah.
dripping with it. Dripping with it.
He's over there oozing.
Fucking
Oozing.
Like Macho Man. Ooh.
So how'd the next fight go with the Raging Panda?
Exactly like I said it was going to go.
That's not how you thought it was gonna go?
No, that's exactly how I thought it was going to go.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought it was gonna go exactly that way too. She surprised me though. She did.
I don't like Sajara. I don't like her.
Me neither.
I used
I
to
hate her.
not because I thought she had a piss poor attitude and something about her just seemed like she wasn't going to train. She wasn't going to do this shit. She just thought she was going to show up to the UFC and win. Not saying she was that way. That was just my feeling of her. And I don't get that energy from her anymore. She showed me 3 rounds of cardio, which I've never seen from Sanjara Eubanks before. She looked good everywhere. Her boxing looked legit and her takedown. Her ring IQ was good. She did something. I don't remember if I was watching the fight with E at that point yet or not. But she just, every single time it's something she does, if somebody throws a lazy kick, she will always catch that heel and get a takedown off of it. And I love that. I think more people should implement that.
Oh yeah. She scared me. She scared me when she started banging with her. I was like, "What are you doing? You're gonna lose this battle. Please stop. Take her down immediately. Like, what is wrong with you?"
Yeah, but I feel like she's one of the people that takes him down and doesn't do fucking jack shit.
Right. It's all about control with Sajar.
There was a
People
point
underestimate her for that.
it was like you were saying, like she took her down. It looked like it was going to be typical Sanjara shit. And then I forgot what's the other fighter's name?
Julia Avelia.
Avelia flipped her over and got control of that ground position, and she did work with it and got better control of Sanjara's arm. And then Eubanks laid a nasty elbow from the bottom, regained control, and then it seemed from that point forward, Eubanks did more work from the, almost like Avelia taught her something in that moment, like, oh shit, I should do something with this. Like,
Right.
I do see exactly what you're saying, and I do. Avelia definitely did more in that moment where I was like, damn, she's winning this round for me again. And then the reversal, I was like, oh shit, Eubanks got it back for me.
Yeah. It was over.
It was more exciting than I thought that fight was going to be all the way around. All the lady fights were tonight. A little more exciting.
I agree.
than I
There
thought
was
they were
good
gonna
ones.
be.
I thought it was alright. I didn't think it was super exciting.
It was how I thought it would go. All right. So let's get into the main card.
What we
This
got?
is officially for the Fight Pick Championships.
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, we got the scores out as well.
Fight
We do got a
Pick
score.
Championship.
Evan Montgomery's got a horseshoe up his ass.
Absolutely does. Good
Where
for
do
him. Coming
Where
in strong. I'm putting it on the Discord right now.
Well, I'm looking
Evan-
at it.
Evan Montgomery with a clean 100 points coming in first.
Woo.
Jimmy T tied in second with Chaney at 70 points. The Big Pink Weenies in third with 55. Dang. Then we got Ricky and Buddy tying for fourth with 50 points.
There we go.
Juicer comes in hard with 40. In fifth place, Kill You All tied for sixth with Comedy Adams. Scrappy Back tying with myself in seventh at 25.
Oh, Grampy Bag's not number 1 this week? What happened?
Not number one. In seventh
happened?
place, tying it up over here. Iconic Tragic with 20 points in eighth. JG's are 15. And then we had four no-shows with Take Ninja, Odie Kush, Jacob, Ethan, and Hearings of Dodge. Didn't make it Doge. Whoever is that.
Hairs of the dog and Taka Ninja and Odin Kush. But they're my buds. That's why I know how to say it.
What happened
Nice.
with Odin Kush, man? He's a good dude. I thought he was a part of this.
He is. He must have just forgot. I have it.
2 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Well, last week I think he did it with a different email. He'd be, he's Odin Kush. He'd be getting high, he'd be messing up. And this week I didn't remind him at all, and it is what it is. Like I said, I started a league with another guy, and then that guy fucking literally deleted himself from the internet because he took an L publicly.
Huh.
So now I'm running a league by myself.
Can't handle the heat.
Cry,
Yeah.
baby.
Absolutely in there. So, Fight Pick Championships heating up. I mean,
that would be like just because Alpha lost to me this week, he deleted his whole channel from Twitch.
Right.
That would be
Sounds about right.
ridiculous. That would be ridiculous. It's just 1 week. It doesn't happen often. And then I was so excited about my Waterson win, and I was like, let me see who else has Waterson. Gosh dang, man. Every time I think I pick the one weird pick, Alpha picks the one weird pick too.
Stop telling him.
Right. Fucking, I'll wait to get into that fucking fight.
but the actual complete standings as far as we hold, I'm just going to give you guys the top 5 for the standings as the third week in the Fight Pick Championships. And first coming in with 300 points, Grampy back. Alpha in second with 280. Evan Montgomery, 245 in third.
Whew.
Ricky MMA in fourth right now with 225. And Jimmy T in the 5th position with 210.
That's creamy corn
it's getting
shit.
pretty close.
Well, us 3 that you didn't name, we're not too far behind the rest of them.
That's
We
right.
are actually 3. So I just wanted to say the top 5, but there's something to strive for here over on the Lap B side.
The 3 of
Good
us are the
job.
next 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aren't we
Two
the
are
only
tied for
3 that have
6th.
turned in all of our picks?
Probably.
Getting that turn pick bonus again. It was worth 15 points last year. E and I talked about it. We realized that it depended on, for me, the 1 week it cost the most was when Alpha forgot to turn in his picks, and I only got 15. But
Hey,
there was somebody
it
who
gets you
forgot.
on the podium.
Yeah.
It gets you on the podium, though. I went from being tied in third to all of a sudden being third by myself with a good 15, 25 points. So I'll take it. I will take it.
No mini belt for getting on the podium. No mini belt.
Hey, it's a moral victory. It's a moral victory.
That's right. Well, what do you think of Billy Quarantillo and Kyle Nelson, man?
Fun fight.
Yeah, it was. I was like, I expected Quarantillo to like best him in most of the striking, but I tell you what, Nelson surprised me with those overhands. I was like, oh shit, he might catch him. He might.
He looked big.
He's really close to catching him a lot.
Oh, yeah. Nelson looked big, a heavy grappler, but that gas tank, that third round KO, I feel like was more of the gas tank than the actual shots. They didn't look particularly much harder, but Nelson was so spent on that second round. I mean, he could barely hold himself up.
Fell flat on his face.
It was
Yeah.
fun, though. It was Kyle Nelson's
Fun
best
fight.
fight. Even though he lost, he still looked better version of himself than I'd seen in there. Oh,
Yeah.
go
Right.
put them kids to bed. Go put them kids to bed.
But was this where you were telling me, Chaney, it was the fight card had already been called, Quarantillo had already been announced the winner, and Nelson was still on the ground?
Yeah, I was surprised actually. Like the
You're on
two
mute?
dudes. I'm.
Oh, delay.
Oh, is everything good?
Yep. Sorry.
Yep. If Quarantillo, they were just putting him on the stool when he was. 2 dudes had to pick him up to put him on the stool. But it looked like exhaustion.
Right. He was all like, who was it? The girl in the Dotson fight, Agapova, where she got carried out on a stretcher. Speaking of being carried out
that was
on
Sugar
a stretcher.
Shane. That was Sugar Shane.
Oh. Tall, gangly, long thing. Did you see the stretcher being pulled out on the Bellator card the night before there, buddy?
No, I didn't see nothing with the Bellator. What happened?
You didn't see the double dick kick that was so bad they had to pull him out on a stretcher? Raymond Daniels.
That
No.
nut shot was horrible. Oh my god.
Oh, he was crying on live TV. You could hear the grown man crying.
Dude,
Rightfully
did you
so.
see it?
He was grabbing his taint. He was like, my balls are inside my body. It was so bad.
I mean,
So
he,
bad.
when the guy starts to kick and then Raymond Daniels does a spinning back kick, and he did that shit on purpose. You can't tell me any different. If you watch it back, you cannot tell me any different. He threw that shit on purpose, and he knew where he was going. He has thrown that back kick so many times. He could hit bullseye on a dartboard every time he throws that back kick. He knew where he was going. He hit him on purpose. That's fucked up.
And it was a no contest. Not even a disqualification. They made it a what kind of a garbage Bellator is that?
I mean, good God. And he's punching the ground. He was so much in pain.
He was crying. He was like, ooh.
Oh my
He's
God.
grabbing his taint.
That was, I
It
felt
was
for
so
it.
hard. It was so hard.
Yeah, I felt for the guy bad. I was like, oh, you poor soul.
I thought it was almost as bad as Ed Herman's dick kick when he got kicked in the dick.
Oh,
We're getting there. We're getting there. First, we had Bobby Green against Alan Patrick. Unanimous decision. Big favorite for Bobby Green. He out-wrestled Patrick. Patrick's gas tank's waning at 38 years old. I think he's probably not long for the UFC. Bobby Green's finally just hitting his right stroll. He's getting on Fox News in the middle of the week, showing up for the community out there and all sorts of mean green stuff.
Patrick knew he couldn't stand with Bobby Green, so he was just pushing. And then I think it was in the third round or second round where he was like, okay, well, maybe I can. And nope. He was just getting lit up.
Right.
To me, that was the best Bobby's ever looked. I
Agreed.
mean, he was completely dominant. I mean, what? Patrick went for a few submissions, but didn't even get anything close to being synced in.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
that was it. I didn't see him really landing too much on Bobby Green. Nothing.
I loved
Bobby
it.
Green looked like a monster in there.
I was expecting for Alan Patrick to have the dominant ground game and go for the takedowns more, and Bobby Green to be better on the feet, and Bobby then just express like the defense to stay off the ground. When Bobby Green started being dominant there too and completely controlling him, Buddy was like, this answers every hole for Bobby Green for me. He seems mentally there, and I like him now taking a run at everything. I really love he's like one of these dudes that I could put on my list of like, watch Bobby Green. Everyone's going to be sleeping on Bobby Green going forward with the bigger names.
Mm-hmm.
That swagger walk that he got with his arms now, I like that. I'll take that.
At first, I was hating on it mentally, and then I was thinking of Conor McGregor with his shit, and then the showman entertainment aspect, I immediately, it switched to a love. I was loving how this is him. This is the marketed Bobby Green that we like.
Connor's doing a different showman. He's doing the old trench coat.
Yeah.
He's doing the old open the trench coat. Did you see the charges put up against him in Croatia?
Yep. He was in custody, attempted sexual assault.
What is that?
With Conor?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I don't know anything about this.
Okay, so first off, he posts up yesterday that, oh, guys, I thought I was retired. USADA coming in testing me. I'm like, you attention whore, man. You know you're not retired. Everybody knows you're not retired. Anybody worth looking at that post knows that you're not retired. So stop saying that, first off. Then immediately, 8 hours later, he's like, oh, I'm on my yacht. I got tested. And then all of a sudden you see all these reports that Conor has been arrested for attempted sexual assault on someone. And it doesn't go into much detail more than that he was all it says is that he was arrested, charged, and that he was released after questioning. That was it. So
What
more
if it was
coming.
a fake USADA guy, and then he said that Connor was flashing him?
That might be right.
Trying to get some hush money or whatever.
Trying to get a pic. He's like, "Why do you need a picture of this? Take the piss in the cup."
Yeah,
This is what USADA's doing now. Are you gonna question USADA?
you're gonna.
I have to video with my face near your dick.
So why you're peeing?
This is the French way to do it.
A pee video.
Machida just comes in.
Oh, ew! Don't even.
Machida comes in,
Don't-
and with the Anderson voice, it's normal.
He just lost a hard fought fight to Phil Davis on Friday.
I heard
He
it was
did.
a boring-ass fight.
It was a boring ass fight.
Has there been anything
Absolutely.
yet about Homeboy coming over from Bellator, Michael Chandler?
They've been saying that for years, but no, it ain't gonna happen.
Well, has
He's
the
a
con-
Michael Chandler says it to get his bargaining chip in his Bellator contract, but he wouldn't pass USADA.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a good point, because I know Dana's said he's interested in talking with him, and Michael Chandler's a free agent, so I didn't know if something had happened yet, or because he'd be one of those dudes that wouldn't have to go all the way through the ranks. He'd get to jump in like Gaethje and fight somebody at like number 5 or
yeah.
I think he'd pop soon thereafter, if not even. Yeah, look, yeah, not hard to tell. Just look at his body.
Is he a 145er, 155er?
Yeah, I think he's
45er, I believe.
Oh, okay.
55er against Eddie Alvarez was his biggest match. Yeah, 55. You're probably right on that one. So, yeah, I think it's all just bargaining chips. He's just making the biggest amount of stink out there to boast up his contract a little bit more. Still claiming his biggest wins are really just Eddie Alvarez, who's a UFC washout at this point as well.
Well, that
One
and Ben
champion.
Henderson. Benson Henderson.
Who's a washout of the UFC as well, who wouldn't be winning fights in the UFC, unfortunately. And I love Benson Henderson. He's a local guy from where I grew up. But
There you go.
he's definitely not what he used to be. The game's evolved much, but not where they used to be. Ed Herman coming in with the tactics, coming in with that veteranship. Mike Rodriguez
Damn, yo.
winning all 3 rounds, beating the living shit out of him. I mean, almost knocking out Herman with those elbows multiple times, almost knocking him down. Herman getting hit to the body hard. Ref coming in saying it's a groin shot, giving Herman all sorts of rest
He
time.
didn't say it's a groin shot. He said nuts. That's what I said.
That's what the ref said?
Yeah, I heard him. He went
I
nuts.
didn't hear it.
And I was
That's
like,
awesome.
did he just yell nuts like that?
That's funny. Chris Tyone, you son of a bitch.
The weird part was
Worst-
is it's almost like he took a
Yeah.
kick to the body and a kick or a knee to the heart or like chest. It was like
Yeah,
two
it's all up
separate.
in here.
Yeah.
It was horrible. It was a
He
horrible.
recovered from a body shot because that first knee was hard.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a bad call. And Chris Toney, like I said before, he's made bad calls in the past. For I don't know how long has he been a referee in UFC.
We don't see him often, but he's been around for years.
Oh, he has.
But he's not too often of a ref and making these kind of calls. Like, they go back and talk. Frank Trigg has talked about it a couple times. So is who is it? Herb Dean, where they all sit in their own corner and talk. They have the fights showing in a back room where all the refs get together and they're watching the fights, and they will make live comments on each other when they come back from a fight and be like, "Hey, dude, did you see this? Like, you need to be around here." So Chris Tyone heard it from the other refs, but in that same vein, refs won't come out and apologize. They'll just stick with what they said, and that's the fight.
Well, that's what they have to do. But
Correct.
if I'm Dana or if I'm somebody who makes them decisions, I don't want Chris Toney reffing any of my fights.
I agree.
Keep them away. I'd rather have Mark Goddard.
So
You
I
son
want
of a
Herb
bitch.
Dean.
Yeah,
Herb is fucking up too, though. There's spots.
I know I
Dude,
used to be
he
such a
almost
Herb
let-
hater, but overall I feel like I want Herb Dean.
Who
But
did he
here's
want
what you
dead in
don't
there?
want. Yeah, I was just going to say, if you are going to
Weaver?
get your ass like just handed to you, if you don't have a knockout switch, Herb Dean will let you die in there. And some people just don't have a knockout switch. They just stay around for the beating.
Herb is like, they're still breathing. You got to keep going. And it's like, Jesus, come on.
Some
Many
fight
times
was
does he
about
have
to
to
be
fall down?
broken up today, or they were about to stand him up. And I was like, there's action. Am I missing something? There seems like there's strikes being laid. There was some ground. I don't even remember what one it was. I don't even remember. It's already blending together.
When I was talking to Kevin, he was saying he thinks that Rodriguez should try to appeal that, and I was thinking that he might, but I don't think he'll get it, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's not going to
It's
get
hard.
it overturned because
They've appealed them before, and again, it makes them look bad, so they're likely to not do it and just stand by what happened in the cage.
Yeah, but I'd definitely be talking to Dana like, hey, you seen that shit. I need another fight ASAP. I wouldn't even if it's running it back with Ed Herman, like that's fucked up. It is. It's fucked up. Because even after the fake nut shot, he stood him up again, and he almost finished Ed Herman again in that same round. And then after, that feeling you get after you come really close, you smell blood in the water, and you beat the guy twice, just about. At that third round, he was spent. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I don't take none away from Ed Herman. Ed Herman's just fighting. I get it. But Jesus, man. Chris Tioney pissed me off.
Do you think that the ref had money on fucking Ed Herman?
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I think. Honestly, I think that he saw an opportunity to save his fucking money and fucking did it. I think that's when these real weird bad calls happen. That's what I assume, honestly.
Yeah. It just doesn't make any other sense than that.
That's conspiracy theory shit.
Doesn't matter. That's how I feel. I feel like that motherfucker's a cheat. Look
you
at
know
him.
what?
He
I'm
looks
gonna get
like
real
somebody
with you.
has a gambling issue.
I was hoping that MMA is the one sport that is a pure sport. Everything else is rigged.
No, I think there's plenty of rigs, and they even had the one guy come out and say that it was.
In Korea,
Yeah.
against, what was it, Schultz? And he
I don't
threw the fight. It was like Kim, and he got paid by the mafia to throw the fight and lose in the second round, and they put a ton of money on the other guy. Maybe it was against Kyle Noak, but the Korean fighter in the second round was like, F this, it's not enough money to get me to lose on my record. I'm going to go, and he won a controversial split decision, but then he had to hide from the gang, so he had to turn himself in to their local Interpol or whatever they have and be like, gangs are after me, they're going to kill me because they lost millions of dollars on my fight.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's
and
Pulp
he's
Fiction
banned
shit.
from fighting. Yeah, he's banned from fighting in the UFC and all sports, but he's got bigger fish to fry. Oh yeah. So proven.
Should've just took that
Absolutely
money.
proven. Right? Take the loss at that point and be like, dude, okay, no one will know.
It's
Take
so
the damn
easy to
loss.
flip anything. Like a few bad calls can ruin any
Basketball
event.
game, football game.
Totally. So with two men in a cage, one dude can sway so much. And then, so if you're lucky enough that it comes down to decision and you leave it in the judge's hands, that's because everybody knows that shit gets even dirtier then.
We've said it here before, like in championship wrestling mats for state, you have two refs, one on the inside, one on the outside, and they're opposite of each other. And hey, if you want to make sure it's 2 points for a takedown, you look at the other ref, he says, yeah, 2. All right, cool. Everything is scrutinized. I don't see why we can't do that in MMA and have these replays that work real time. Because that Tioney looked up, and also, as you guys are saying, he was like, fuck, I fucked up. Okay, dude, we got it on tape. All right. You got to either fight or not now. Like, no more time. You don't get any more 5 minutes. Let's go if you want to, or it's a TKO because it was the ref's fault. But that's just what my point of view.
I agree. The ref should be allowed to use instant replay the same as some years of football.
I think the only thing that's right is Mike Rodriguez gets to knee the ref in the balls. Show him what a real nut shot is. You know what I mean?
That would be great.
Like,
Bam!
nuts! As he's been hitting the nuts. Like, take 2 points, motherfucker, as he drops.
So I feel like Juice needs to be here for this one because this is his girl, ride or die. Chaney was on board.
Hell
We
yeah.
have Roxanne Modafferi coming in against Andrea KGB Lee, the Peaceful Warrior, getting it done. 3-round decision, 29-28, 30-27 on some scorecards. Roxanne, I mean, ageless, the ageless wonder.
It is crazy that she can keep up at the age she is.
I didn't think she looked that good, to be honest. I mean, that second round, bro.
Sloppy.
That's
She's-
a Roxanne Modafferi fight.
Yeah, that's true too.
She's
Yeah,
like
but she was looking good at that first round.
she's like a Jim Miller. She's a hype train destroyer. Like, if you don't have your
Yep.
P's and Q's all checked, don't get in there with Roxanne Modafferi. And I am also a KGB hater because only an asshole would have the nickname KGB and wear a cowboy hat. So I've never, ever picked her in a fight. And usually I think she's one of those people where I'm like, nah, she ain't really supposed to be here. She's more gimmick than skills for UFC.
Mm.
I was thinking that Roxanne Modafferi looked like kind of the way she was fighting or something just reminded me of Clay Guida.
Huh.
I was like, yo, why I feel like she's the Clay Guida of the women's division.
That's not a bad comparison.
No,
That
boy, it
isn't-
really isn't that bad.
Yeah. So that I thought the fight was kind of fun. I like the way KGB or whatever the fuck her name is. I like the way she strikes, bro. All them weird angles she was doing and the knees and elbows and shit, bro. I mean, I don't hate her like Chaney over here.
I don't hate her either. I like both fighters. I think they were a little sloppy, but it's kind of what you expect from a KGB and Roxy fight. So I knew Roxy was gonna win if this went to the ground, and did. Roxy took away this decision.
Did you guys all
Roxanne
have her
Modafferi-
to win? Or did you have KGB to win? And when it
Well,
went to the ground,
I
you
had
were like,
Roxy to
oh,
win.
shit. Now Roxy got that shit.
Yeah, I thought once it got to the ground, it was a different game.
On the podcast, I picked Andrea Lee to win, but when I actually did my picks, I picked Roxy.
Oh, okay.
Wow, nice.
I picked Roxy decision on both.
I had decision Lee. Here, I feel like the most interesting thing about Roxanne Modafferi is off of a win, she's still going to be an underdog in her next fight. Like,
Yeah, that is.
a perennial underdog. She regularly comes through. I think the bigger underdog she is, the more likely she is to win.
Okay.
When she's a favorite or slightly favorite, I don't know. It's fights that I want to stay away from for sure.
Yeah.
Did you guys happen to see what I posted in the fight pick section?
It's so funny, you guys. My neighbor's dog that's barking's name is Roxy.
I'm not talking about that.
I don't know if you can hear it occasionally. And it's
Yeah, we
just
can,
random.
but it's all good. No, I'm talking about the one where I said look like Andrea Lee in the third round. The fucking me, myself, and Irene when he's all got the cotton mouth and shit, bro.
That's the best.
Yo, I felt like she looked like him, bro. The whole time with his mouth. I mean, her mouth too. You know what I mean? How he does that shit. I'm like, yo.
That made me laugh
Yeah.
when I saw that on Discord. I think
Yeah.
Andrea Lee
Oh,
kind of has that resemblance of Hayden Panettiere or whatever, like Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. I think she was also
Oh,
on
okay.
Nashville. That
Yeah.
blonde chick.
Klitschko's wife.
That's Klitschko's wife?
Yeah, Hayden Panettiere. He's got like 2 or 3 kids with her. Yeah, she's a little piece.
I mean, Jesus.
I know.
She's like 5 foot nothing. He's like 7 foot tall. Good Lord.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's a win. That's a win for Klitschko if I ever see one.
Yeah.
So another big win throughout the night. We had Ottman Azatar come in against Kama Worthy as a slight underdog, come in and finish. Wreck House a minute 33 seconds, throwing those overhand right hooks all day. Worthy's chin in question. Evil Twin was trying to tell us about Worthy's chin. I had none of it, thinking it was that he had corrected those issues. Obviously, he has not. Some people saying that this was early. I didn't think this was an early stoppage at all. I thought Herb Dean came in right. Kama was all sorts of hurt. I mean, he was Bambi-legged, got on all fours, and kept getting hit without defending. What else do you want from him? The guy's, it's a standing TKO.
Okay.
He got fucked up.
He got fucked up. He got fucked up.
Yeah,
I picked him to win.
Hey,
I could see where they would say it's early because he wasn't out, but Herb's just saving the inevitable, really, is what it was. But that happened so fast.
he didn't know what was going on. He was out.
He was wobbled. He was ultra wobbled.
Dude, I was watching and I was like, what the hell's going on? Holy shit, it's over. Damn.
Hey, my buddies, it's kind of inappropriate, but whatever. I'm gonna just say it. My buddy was saying he just ran in there and like suicide bomber.
Oh,
I was like, God,
there's a difference.
oh that's fucked up.
Y'all,
I was
for
like,
real,
Jesus Christ.
I did a 9/11 podcast last night, and it had a whole bunch of guests going
God.
through. And one of the dudes in there, one of the guests afterward, the whole thing was said and done. I was like, damn, I guess that was appropriate because that guy felt like he hijacked this motherfucker. So inappropriate as well, but I love that kind. I like inappropriate. That's why I listen to MMA Marks and Lappy MMA.
We definitely get there. So moving forward, I'm still hesitant on Atazar out at freaking Ottman in there and Kama Worthy. I need to back off. He made me some money as an underdog before, but still unproven both of these guys. I know there's a 13-4 in front of, or 13-0 in front of Ottman, but Timu Packlin, no chin. Kama Worthy may not have a chin either.
Okay, so who do you want to see Ottman go against that can prove that it's all power and it's not just a weak chin person?
At 55?
Yeah, 50. I know, right? 55.
There's so many. I mean, he could go any of the losers that Worthy just beat. Pena wouldn't be a horrible fight for him, for Atazar. He's coming off of a loss to Worthy, but so many 55ers. You could throw a spaghetti at him.
He's not gonna get nobody notable next. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
He'll probably knock somebody out again.
Yeah.
He'll give him somebody that's gonna sit there and bang with him.
Mm-hmm. They'll give him one more brawl, and then they'll give him somebody decent. Hell, give him Bobby Green.
That's way too big of a step up if it was.
Yeah.
I'm saying it has to be the losers of those type of fights that he has to be, that I could see at Azatar getting in there against someone with maybe 2-3 fights in the UFC. There's a lot of options at 55. A lot. Probably the stackedest division of them all.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh yeah.
I don't
Jalen
even
Turner?
think he's worth naming yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, anyone will do.
He did good, I think, and I don't think it was a walkthrough fight. I don't know. I thought it was kind of more than I expected. I thought both guys took more of a beating than I thought they were going to take.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, it just seemed powerful, like heavy shots, tons put behind it. I don't know if it was early or not. I actually was probably talking about something stupid and looking the other way.
It happened really, really fast. Really fast.
Honestly, he could have stopped it before he took any of the punishment when he got on all fours.
Yeah, he was, like you said, he
In my
was
opinion.
Yep. Agreed.
main event.
Do you think it's inappropriate, like, if I knocked you to all fours and then went behind you and, like, slapped your ass? Would that be like...
Yeah,
You would
Yeah.
you would instantly be my favorite fighter.
unsportsmanlike conduct.
Instantly.
Hey, so is Romoff your favorite fighter? Because that's what he was doing to Martinez today when he was knee on belly.
What do you mean?
The heavyweight fight.
He
Bro,
did.
was
He did
slapping his
the
ass?
he did the whirl a punch,
He was on top of him doing this.
doing this and then throwing punches.
Yeah.
Hey, Randy
Yeah, but that
Couture's
wasn't
paying Tito
slapping his
Ortiz.
ass.
No.
Randy Couture slapped Tito Ortiz in the ass and kept fighting.
Yeah. That was funny.
What about if
That was-
Romanoff was on top of the other dude, and it was about to be ground and pounded? Instead, he just grabbed his tits and started like.
Yeah.
That would be awesome if they had to stop the fight for that. It'd be like, you can't do that.
And be like,
I
what?
was
You didn't
thinking,
tell me before I got in here. You said dick kicks. You didn't say no squeezing of tits and caressing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Imagine uppercutting one of those titties and it slapping him in the head.
Oh my.
Yeah, that was so funny, bro.
Oh man.
I wish that was the truth.
Fights a no contest due to sexual assault.
Absolutely. That's too funny.
He could titty choke somebody.
Ooh, there was a mean oil check. What fight was it earlier in the night? It was a wrestling exchange. I want to say Bobby Green made sure that Patrick was not a court low in there. To go back and watch it. I just saw him grab in there.
For any
That is nice.
casuals or anyone that might be new to or never heard of anything wrestling, what is an oil check?
Where you grab inside that ass to pull yourself around from getting taken down. You'll just grab a butt cheek, but fingers will usually go in and around the ring.
Oh yeah.
It hurts so bad.
You bowling ball
So
that
bad.
shit?
That's exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not.
That is horrible.
It is not. You will move your hips.
For as bad as he says it hurts, he sounds way too excited to talk about it. It hurts so bad. No, I'm playing.
What about if then he passed out after he's
Like,
oil
don't try
check.
it on me. Don't try it on me. I promise you won't regret it.
You nasty mother.
I don't know what the fuck.
I
you'd be
hate
saying.
oil checks.
Hey, I haven't had an oil check lately.
Can someone check me for corona?
Oh,
Got her. Boom.
Every 3,000 miles. Oh, shit.
Mm-mm-mm.
So one that went all 5 rounds, the main event, Michelle Waterson against Angela Overkill Hill in here. Ultra close, split up all over the Twitterverse. Everyone saying it was either Hill or Waterson. I think whoever you picked probably won. I had Hill. I thought she eked it out, but can't be really mad here. I feel like either lady should have won that. But the fact that people are saying 49, 46, either way, I don't think either lady won 4 rounds. But I've seen a lot of those cards for Waters. It does make sense.
the numbers don't lie, man. Angela Hill came away with that. The numbers don't lie. Significant strike numbers don't lie. And that
Yes,
was,
they totally do lie. They 100% do lie. Even the word
Hold on.
significant strike is a biased word. Significant strike. Who decides? I would be
Correct.
interested in the actual numbers, though. I thought it was such a great fight. I loved Angela Hill's cardio. I think she has stepped into the realm of being somebody that I want to see in that top echelon of girls. I'm curious about her style against a lot of people. And I was just surprised at how big Michelle Waterson looked for the first time ever in a fight.
yeah, she definitely looks
So-
better than her.
Waterson landed 128 strikes with 1 takedown and 2 passes. Against Angela Hill's 131 strikes, no takedowns, no passes, no submission attempts. So 4 strikes, 3 strikes, and a takedown. The takedown is what gave it to Waterson. And I would say that's just, as far as the numbers, I'd say a takedown for me is equivalent of 10 strikes, but that again is my own personal frame of reference, not what judges think. Some award more or less for that takedown, but
To me,
ultra close fight. I can't
power-wise,
be angry either way.
I think
Uh-huh.
Hill, though, she got the shots off, in my opinion, that actually did more damage. She, every single time that she really hurt Waterson did this like faux gangster thing where she like smiled at it like, oh yeah, bring it. And as the fight went on, that mocking happened more and more frequently. And that let me know like, oh, she hurt her. Oh, she hurt her again. And I thought Waterson would be slowly getting better and Angela Hill would fall off after that third round. And I was just so fucking impressed at how well Angela Hill kept it together for those last 2 rounds more than anything. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a great fight.
I think Angela Hill definitely won that shit. I think she fucked her up. She didn't just fight her, and I feel like you talk about significant strikes or whatever you want to talk about. I don't give a fuck about statistics. I think it looked like Angela Hill was landing the better shots all the time. Fucking elbows, knees, and shit, bro. I mean, the whole time mentally, it seemed like she was winning. I mean, the third, I would say third and fourth, especially the third when she got taken down and couldn't get back up. She lost those third and fourth round, I think. But that fifth round, the first 2, and then the fifth round was all Angela Hill, in my opinion.
Yep.
I feel like Angela Hill stayed calm, cool, collected the whole fucking time.
That's surprising. I thought she.
And I felt like it seemed like Waterson was getting fucking emotional and just getting out of her element and shit.
I
I
think
had
she didn't have an
48-47
answer.
for Hill.
I didn't think Michelle had an answer on the feet. Do we have a number for how many minutes of control time Waterson had on the ground? I didn't remember her taking her down twice. I only remembered her taking her down and controlling her once. So I'm like, how long did she have that to?
I don't have the control time on the ground.
I want to say it was at least 2 minutes.
For both
She
rounds
controlled
or
it for the most
separately
part.
the last minute of both rounds? Or did Angela
No,
Hill get
just
back
one
up?
round. Just one round.
Yeah, that
Okay.
third round, she put her on the ground and controlled her for like 2
Okay,
minutes.
that's all I remembered was one, but I was like, I don't remember the fourth round too, and then that would lead me an argument toward Hill. I definitely don't see it 49-46. I thought it was a close. Like it was one of the fights that I actually had to wait to hear the judges go so I could come in here and set up. Because I didn't know what way it went, and I already said in my head mentally, I'm not going to argue this whatever way it goes because I'm
That's
just
the way I feel.
impressed.
It's that close. You can't be mad either side. You can't be mad.
Yeah.
Look at the way Waterson looks, and look at the way Angela Hill looks.
That's true. That's true.
Who got fucked up?
That's not everything, though, because a lot of what Michelle Waterson was landing were some great body shots, some great side kicks to the body on Angela Hill. She was catching her in some really sneaky ways, and you just don't see that as much. Or even like when people get the leg kick damage in a fight, it's called. Like
I think an axe kick actually landed for Waterson, which is rare. She throws them all the time, but they never land. One partially got there.
The
Yeah,
other
really.
thing that was a tell for Michelle Waterson, every time she got hurt, she smiled. Right after she smiled, she threw like a lazy, what's the one where they throw it really low to try to fuck up somebody's knee? The Darren Till, Stephen Wonderboy kick that they bitched about.
Oblique kick.
The oblique kick. Every time she got hurt, smiled, oblique kick to make that distance. It was like patterned out. And once Angela Hill even figured that out, Angela Hill, if she worked on that takedown defense even more, but Michelle Waterson's next level with her takedowns, I love everything she's doing on her feet. Michelle Waterson got her brown.
Angela Hill was the better fighter.
Did she get her brown or purple belt afterward?
Brown belt, which makes no sense at all.
Brown.
In a fight that was like
90%.
95% standing, one takedown. How does that give you your jiu-jitsu belt? It makes no sense. There was no ground game. Like win by submission, then you get your belt. Like submit there until via Anaconda. Hey, then you get your black belt. But winning a decision fight, it does nothing for your jiu-jitsu.
I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that.
I don't get that. I hated it when I saw that. I was like, that makes no sense. It's wrestling maybe because it's stupid.
I was thinking to myself, like, and I actually said this when I was watching. I said, so would they give her the brown belt if she lost? I mean, because technically it was a split decision. I was like, it's not even a fucking unanimous decision. They're giving her a belt. It felt weird.
It did feel weird.
And the belt looked weird too. I was like, is that a purple belt? I was like,
It looked old.
yeah, she's getting a purple belt. And then Mike's like, no, it's a brown belt. I'm like,
Unless
Brown.
they already decided to give it to her last week, and then they were like, no, we'll give it to her at her thing. And somebody in the room probably said, what if she loses? And then they're like, we'll give it to her afterwards and make her feel better. Like, because for me, I don't pretend to imagine what it would be like to be a martial artist at a level of Michelle Waterson or even beyond, but the belt would mean more than the win or loss over the grand scheme of my martial arts life, what it would mean to me emotionally. So it would be enough to change my sad if I lost to a happy to hold it back, and it could add to my win if I, like maybe that the event that got the belt happened last week or last month or whatever, and they were just trying to make an event out of it.
right.
Time and a place, and this wasn't it. That's how I feel. Sorry. Fuck out of here with your bullshit. That's what I gotta say.
That's
This
the
fucking
12
virus
card
pisses
bout.
me off.
It was an all right fight card. We have a fight card of the year on the way. I mean, I can't wait till next week. Wowza. Wowza.
Well, we go watch Colby Covington whip up on Tyron Woodley.
But not even that. There's so many undercards that are so good on there.
Like
It is.
And so many fights are gonna fall out last minute, just like
How
every
dare
fucking
you.
week.
How dare you?
Every
jinx me
week,
like that.
bro. It's not even normal. Like, it's the norm.
Price, Chimaev, Mershart, Walker Span, Dern Marcos, Holland Stewart, Bektik's on the card. Woo! Jessra Rose Clark, Randy Costa, Ewell. All right, those names are getting a little weak. Tyson Nam Rivera. Those are a little weaker at the end. But those I like. Main card is money. Main card could be a pay-per-view, I feel like. Easy with those names.
if it stays that way.
Truth. But I'm excited for it. They're gonna go meet the president. Who is it? Colby Covington and
Tua?
Justin Gaethje this coming up week.
Oh, Gaethje and Covington are gonna go meet Trump.
Not Woodley, huh?
Yeah. And who else?
You think Woodley would go meet Trump?
No, not Woodley. Gaethje and Covington.
Right.
And there's somebody else. There's one other fighter I think's going with him, and I can't think of
And
it.
Dana?
But people are all. Who's that?
No, is Dana White going?
Angela.
Yeah, Dana for sure. For sure, Dana.
Michelle Waterson? Maybe we got to the bottom of a conspiracy. The winner of Waterson
Bobby Green.
Hill.
Bobby Green.
I wish Bobby Green. That would make so much sense. I believe he's a Trump fan.
Yeah, I think he is actually.
He just got retweeted. They were talking about.
I could see him getting thrown on at the last minute. It's Uncle Dana. If Uncle Dana's like, yeah, come on, Bobby. Okay, cool.
What about Jorge Masvidal?
With Colby, I don't think they'd allow it.
What about KGB Lee?
Yes.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yes, that would be a great one to put in there.
That would be
Absolutely a great one.
Donald Trump doesn't meet with losers. I really honestly feel that way. He'd be like, if they lose,
Yeah.
don't send them.
He doesn't want that energy.
Right.
Hey, real quick though, did you guys see Bobby Green's interview afterwards? I thought that was kind of awkward.
I didn't.
No.
What about you, Rick?
He was upset, man. It like you just said, time and a place. I don't know. It
It was weird, right?
yeah, it was a little weird. He's like,
What
what?
was it?
Well, because they dedicated the show to that guy that just lost his life in a protest.
The guy that Dana White and Donald Trump was like tweeting about and then pleading.
Oh, the Iranian wrestler who was killed for the peaceful protest?
yeah.
Yeah. Saw that.
played
He
that
was-
right before his fight, and he's like, that fucked up my head. I did a horrible performance. He's like, I can't believe y'all played that. He's like, I don't know why you all want to talk to me about my fight when somebody died. And he's like, no, I'm done, and just fucking left.
Oh wow, that
It was
sucks.
like, he's like basically saying that he feels bad. He says,
Yeah.
basically just saying that they should be talking about somebody that died.
I was a
Right.
Bobby Green hater,
Not him.
and the more I listen to him speak, he just seems so thought out. Like, I just thought he was like, meh, he's a gimmick, don't give a fuck, just showing up in there. But you never hear the guys when they're on the first undercard fights. You don't hear too many other interviews. And once you start hearing them on these shows and hearing their point of view, I'm like, damn, Bobby Green has some real shit to say.
Yeah.
I just think that he could have been a little nicer about it, or I don't know. He was
I
just
didn't
torn
hear
up. It
him
was just
knowing
weird
that.
to me.
Yeah, I
He
didn't.
literally was like distraught about the whole this
Yeah,
situation.
he sounded messed up. He was like,
Poor guy.
yeah. Well, look, guys, I got to get out of here. It's late. I got to roll. So y'all
It's
keep on
late.
going.
It's 1 a.m. You fucking chode.
I don't sleep until 12 o'clock in the afternoon like you, bro.
Hey, get your shirt fixed, bitch. I see bleach stains.
That's right. That's right. This is my pajamas. I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
Common what?
that's
Keep
your
Yeah, what's your
fucking
shirt
church
say?
shirt.
Keep calm
Oh,
and
chive on.
Keep calm and use bleach.
Oh,
I thought it was gonna say
Nice.
keep calm and watch fighter or babyface in the heel.
Oh, ain't nothing
Keep-
calm about that show lately. Good Lord. Them guys.
I'm
Them guys.
honestly
I was gonna
yesterday or
say,
whatever.
keep calm and corn on.
That's right.
keep,
Hey, I got a JG shirt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did see you with that.
Yeah, I got a JG shirt. I'm about to fucking put some kind of merch up in there because I thought it was cool that I could buy a JG shirt.
I
Dope.
had a little
Put the-
extra allowance this week myself, and I got a Dilly Hard shirt.
Ooh.
Oh, my goodness.
I wasn't
that's
gonna
what I'm
tell
saying.
anyone about it, including Alpha. I didn't know where it came from. I didn't know if I just ordered it from a company and then he got cash later. I don't know how the whole thing works, so I was gonna surprise him by wearing it. But
Sleeping with the enemy. Son of a bitch.
I was looking through them and they're the pink, and I'm like, oh, I need the Dilly Hard one, a big green shirt that says Dilly Hard on the front.
That's right.
Funny.
You need anything to get your dilly hard.
That's right.
Worldwide Winning Federation, for sure, will
Hey.
do that for you.
We forgot about the tradition that we're starting.
What's
The
that?
WAP.
Oh yeah, what
The
got
WAP,
you?
the
What
WAP.
got you guys dap this week?
Hold on, is DAP the right word?
No.
I want to say
Yeah.
broken off 5-point
It's
throw.
HAP.
That
HAP.
got me that gave me a shit stain. That was gorgeous. I don't know whatever that's called.
Let's let Ricky go. He's about to cry.
Go, Ricky.
No, but mine was definitely when Romanoff picked that big fat dude over his head and
That
threw him around.
5-point throw.
That gave
gorgeous.
you WAP.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all have
Night, Ricky.
Fuck out of here, pussy.
Well.
What a puss.
So Grampy back wasn't coming over today?
Looks like everybody bitched out, huh?
I know. That's what it does. Everybody talks a big game until they finish third. I don't know
I
what
think-
Grampy back finished.
I think Ricky really thought he was gonna do better. Oh shit, he's still streaming. He is still streaming, bro.
I'm still streaming too.
Is it what we're doing?
Never mind, he stopped. But he was streaming just his own computer without us.
shit.
That's why I was like, oh shit.
There's
Nah,
a-
but he's not.
I'm still streaming too, but we can end this and then
It don't matter. We can keep talking. We can end it. We can do whatever.
all right, well, yeah, I don't mind just chilling here either.
So, yeah, my favorite moment of the night was probably, damn, I don't know. Probably when
Michelle Waterson got her belt?
Hell no. That was my dry ass pussy or whatever.
That gave you dap. It was like
Yeah,
the Sahara.
I think the best moment was the shocking fucking guillotine, bro.
See, this is things I'd
Or
like
whatever
for
it's
the
called.
fights of
From
the
Groom.
round table. I'm saying it now for any geek-minded people. For the DAP part of the show, I want Tumbleweed to roll across the screen. Just
I
like,
mean, that Waterson bullshit was pretty fun. I mean, not fun, but you know what I mean.
that gave you WAP.
And the decision, bro.
The dirty split.
I didn't fuck with it. I thought
Yeah.
Angela Hill. To me,
I
it
thought
felt
so.
very clear that it was Angela Hill's fucking fight.
Agreed.
They can say anybody can say all they want about takedowns and who gives a fuck. Those takedowns happened in 2 rounds.
The dap for me was at Herman's fake groin shot.
It's a
Oh,
good
man.
DAP. But that was
That
my
gave-
WAP.
Yeah, that got me fucking nice and happy.
That was my WAP of the night. It was like all the ways,
My dilly
like,
was hard.
yeah, like I used to hate Daniel Cormier, and then once I realized, like, oh, cheating's a skill in MMA, like breaking the rules, like I guess in life, like finding loopholes, and I like when the veterans pull that shit off because that'll be something that Quick will take with him in the future, and he'll be like, I'm gonna take my full 5. I'm gonna remember what Ed Herman did to me.
Absolutely.
Yep. I was telling some of my buddies that was watching with me, I said, hey man, he's crafty fucking vet. He looked like an average man almost. And Mike Rodriguez looks like a bigger dude. He was doing all that fucking crazy clinch work on the fucking, what was that, Joe Lozon or some shit?
I think he comes out of Lausanne MMA, yeah.
Yeah, I think he was in the back fucking clinching Joe and doing all this fucking cool shit, looking way better than fucking Ed Herman in the back because they shot the both of them. And everybody's like, oh, Mike Rodriguez is going to whip his ass. I'm like, dude, this crafty vet's going to pull something out of his ass. And he did.
Absolutely.
I loved it.
I did too. I like that shit. I like that shit.
And you cannot be mad at fucking Ed Herman for that.
It's a red salt for sure.
I'm not even mad at the ref that bad. Like, the ref made a shit call, but that one may not have been intentional. I mean, he probably was betting on Herman or something. But to me, it wasn't like Mark Goddard literally blatantly ignoring a fucking groin or eye poke or whatever the fuck it is.
It's an
Because Ricky
oopsie
was saying
day.
that dude's worse than Mark Goddard. I don't think so. I think Mark Goddard's a fucking ego maniac with that shit.
I just agree with E that if we can all see on the screen, the second we can all see it that it's fake, fight back on. And if you can't go back on, then other dude win fight.
Correct. No more waiting. No more 5 more minutes, 3 more minutes. It's like, all right. We saw it, bro. Bud, get up.
But until that rule exists, I kind of laugh and I watch Ed Herman be brazen enough to see it on the screen too and watch that everybody sees it and him like, I got 2 more minutes.
Well, I mean, and if you guys have that mindset on it, to me, you might as well just say, instead of having him stand up, go back in the same position where he's up against the cage sitting, getting blasted, and say, fight on! You know, you took him out of the position.
No, I actually feel like if you stop it, like I made the mistake and you're down on the ground. So if you can't get up right now and continue, and I kind of agree with you, like if you're in clinch, you go back to clinch in position of ring. Like I love when the refs put dudes back into like ground position or back into, it's some of my favorite shit. It doesn't happen enough.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Agreed.
Do you guys have anything to plug for fights of the round table?
Twitch.tv/MMA Marks, or MMA_Marks. I'll
And-
be on that bitch every day.
And when do you guys go live on Ricky's channel And
Twitch.tv/Ricky_MMA. We go live around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays. Or you can catch us on anchor.fm/MMA Marks Podcast.
perfect.
And check out the new league. Twitch.tv/Val I can't even fucking pronounce anything when I'm this
Valhalla.
high. Valhalla. It's a weird tongue twister.
It's
for
one
me.
of those words you can't read it. The second you look at it written, it fucks you up. It's like Nurmagomedov.
Valhalla. I just want to get into that old school Dave Chappelle guy that was like holla 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 holla. I don't know if you guys know that skit.
Yeah, oh yeah, classic.
Hey bitch, let me holla at you.
Valhalla, holla, holla. Yeah,
If you want to,
Anyway, Valhalla MMA on Twitch. It's fucking lit.
if you want to know any breakdown information, you can always find me, the E, over at latb_MMA on Twitch at Zoltanite for my own personal account. Also on Twitch at Zoltanite. Be getting those predictions out there. We usually go Wednesday. Unfortunately, this week, I think we might have to push it back to Thursday, but that's all logistical we're going to have to worry about in the back end. But those are the only plugs I have. The only other things I'm doing on the side. Chaney, you got anything left?
You guys, yeah, we do it live on Zoltanite for Lat B, and for you guys, for maybe even the UFC pay-per-view coming up, maybe Lat B and MMA Marks can do kind of like an unofficial Fights of the Round Table for our shows. Maybe we can have you guys on our show. I'm not inviting us onto your show, but maybe you guys
What are you talking about?
during the next pay-per-view that comes up. Maybe you guys can
Costa Adesanya.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that
Crossing
works.
streams.
As long as, yeah, I'm sure we can all make it.
Yeah, we'll figure out scheduling. But yeah, I'm plugging. Also, besides Latby, you can, if you're into conspiracies and shit, or just thinking weird shit with a bunch of other people that don't really know anything but have the internet too, and it's called the Idiocalypse, and sometimes it streams live on my Twitch channel at Weakneck Baby, but you can always find it on YouTube at the Idiocalypse and everywhere that podcasts are. And that's all I have to say. That feels weird to end on, though. Fist up.
Fist and hair, knuckle hair.